Alright guys, so today we're doing a bedliner spray-on interior. This will both work for a spray-on or roll-on, but the kit that I'm using is spray. If you're doing a roll-on, it's the same concept, it's just that you have to roll it on or paint it on. So we're actually using this custom coat, which is the same thing as Raptor liner. I use it on my Jeep and all the other Jeeps that I do. So what it is basically your liner's in here. They give you 4 little bottles of this. Some fancy alcohol stuff. It's got a name. I can't remember what it's called. Paint thinner or something or another. And a gun for your air compressor. So what you need to do here is... oh, it's hardener. That's the word. Right. So in here, your container's filled up to about this line. And it shows that there's a liner and then hardener. You fill up to about this line right here with the hardener. And then you shake. You shake it and you shake it. And I swear to God if that compressor turns on. Shake it a million times until it's all evenly done. Before you do all that, though, you want to clean out your interior. Get everything out. Tape off what you don't want to get overspray on. If you choose to take out your center console, more power to you. Just basically, if you don't want it painted on, have little black stuff on it, take it out. Another thing to do is this gunk that's back here is a sound deadener. If you choose to, you can take that out. An easy way to do it, there's a number of ways. One, soak it with water and use a screwdriver and a hammer or a chisel and hit at it. Or 2, go spend $15 at Harbor Freight and buy this piece of crap. And basically an air chisel, but electric air chisel. That's a thing. Electric chisel. And you scrape it out that way. Again, you can let it soak in water and it helps. But you don't need to do that. So once you get that done, clean everything out. If you choose to sand it, just give it a nice light sanding. It doesn't need down to bare metal. Just give it a little bit of rough surface. It'll help it last longer. And then, yeah, clean it out after you do that again. And then you're ready to go. So that's when you go ahead and mix all that stuff. Then, when you get an air compressor, again, this kit uses the air spray-on. Once again, cheapo Harbor Freight. You plug it on, plug it in, and you just basically spray light layers going across until you basically just get a nice thin layer. Doesn't have to be all black. It just needs to start giving something to stick to. And you keep doing that. So do the whole entire thing. You can choose to use all of these if you want. I typically use 2. So once you get the first layer done, I'll show you what that looks like. Alright guys, we got the first spray done. As you can see, if you look close, you still see some of the paint under it. So you don't have to thickly coat it. Just get a nice even layer. Get everywhere you need to get first. Second coat's going to go on a little bit thicker. Then depending on how many bottles you decide to use, we're going to use 3 on this, assuming that the Colorado weather allows it. We're going to use 3. So whatever you use for your final bottle, some priority spots to use the most coating is the high wear areas. So by your feet, use more there. Again, over there. In this back tub area, I'd use a little bit more. And those are the most, and assuming if you actually use the back seats, there where a feet area is. Those are the most important parts to get because that's where your feet are rubbing or your floor mat is rubbing constantly. So we're going to go ahead and get the next coat on. And then depending on how many we get through, we'll show you what the final product looks like after we peel everything up. Let it sit for about a minute or 2 after you finish spraying this, and you want to hurry up and get the paint off after your final coat. I mean, the tape off after your final coat. Otherwise, if it sits there and dries, you're going to try to peel it off and you're going to have to be fighting the bed liner. So while it's still somewhat wet, you want to go ahead and peel that off. And that's basically how easy this is. So once we get this all peeled off and sprayed on and done, we'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so here we have the finished product. Don't mind the mess, Evan's been living in here. And so once you after you let it dry and cure, you want to go ahead and put your seats back in. If you do it too early, you will scratch it and it will take a chunk out of it because it's not fully cured. So give it time. I would hate to have you do all of this and then put your seats back in too early and it scratches it. So it's easy. One thing, if you do put the rear seats in, when it grabs onto this, it will scratch these off a little bit. That's fine. It's not something that's really need to worry about. But this stuff's very durable, and it makes the interior just look so much better. And it's much easier to clean. Now you can just take a hose to it and spray it out, or just take an air hose to it and shoot all the dust out. Or just take your doors off and drive. It's great. Yep, that's water.
Waterproof.
waterproof. It's been in many storms, so this is great, guys. If you have any questions, comment them below. I'll do my best to respond to you. And subscribe for more videos like this. And if this video helped you, give me a like because it helps me out. Alright guys, see you next video.